how does someone differentiate between a guru and somebody who actually knows what they're doing? How do you not get duped? And I know there's a lot of folks that listen to the show that are still kind of new at this. I mean, we've got some more advanced people, and I think it's important to go back to the basics no matter what, but the point is like, how do you find who is the right ones and who isn't? What would be your filter?
I'm just going to brainstorm here with you a little bit. Maybe we can build the filter together. The easy red flags are linguistic in construct. It's semantics. So like, the dollar a day YouTube strategy, that type of thing should immediately be a red flag. Because if somebody's making any money running ads for $1 a day, then you have to question why it is that they're selling education. Now, interestingly, there are some really good lead-ins with things like that. So don't discard them, in its entirety. Dennis Yu, actually, now that I think about it, has a $1 a day Facebook strategy. I really like Dennis. I think he's a super sharp guy. Dennis has a phenomenal agency. He knows what he's doing. So, don't discard somebody.
He does it.
He does
so
it.
There's the qualifier.
That's the key.
Okay.
So I wouldn't discard them out of hand because they have clickbait titles, but I would put your wall up. But what you just said, Ralph, I think is the most important thing. Do they perform this function, this task, on a regular basis? Them or someone on their team. Is there an agency or an executor, or are they an in-house marketer for something that would allow them to be a believable? Ray Dalio talks about this a lot in his book Principles, relying on the believable party, because everybody's got an opinion. Opinions are like rectums, as they say.
Everyone's got them.
Everybody's got them, and they all stink. Who's the believable party in the room, and what is it about them that makes them believable? It's not. And man, here's what sucks about listening to thought leaders, and I fall into this category, by the way. It's not the smartest guy that gets the gig. It's the showman, right? It's like the best orator, whoever puts the best spin on it, or who can say it. So really, the smartest guys and gals are probably like deep, dark, cave-dwelling, nocturnal, over-caffeinated, don't want to talk to people, and don't actually want to be on stage. The people you get to hear from are the egocentric, I have the sad, pathetic personality trait that just loves attention. And so that's why I'm here, and that's why you have to contend with the information that I'm offering you. I do have the benefit of saying I have the #1 Google Ads agency on the planet. And we've got 160 clients and 50 employees, and we've been doing this for 15 years or however long it's been. And that pedigree, I think, at least allows me some level of believability. But there are people out there that are more believable than I am. I'll name one, actually. Here's a competitor of mine who's smarter than I am, Ed Leak. He's out of the UK. Super sharp guy. He sells education. He actually does it on a regular basis. Now, he's not taking on any more clients, which is why I'm comfortable name dropping him.
Good. Well done.
But go find people that do it. And most of those people don't sell education. So you have to find the people. It's that apex. It's like they actually do this, and they're willing to tell you what it is that they do. That's the education to go in and consume.
Mm-hmm. Couldn't agree more. I think, there is a component of, I always sort of think to myself, like, who's the competition for what we do? And it's some guy in his basement somewhere, who doesn't get out, doesn't have a podcast, and just is figuring this crap out, like in a crazy, like algorithmic way, and he's a mad scientist, and you'd never see him on a stage, and he'd probably never actually come out with an info product, but like that's the competition, because we're basically competing against, in a lot of ways, embedded biases as to how things have always been done. And the reason I say that is that it was actually a subject of one of our calls yesterday, one of our group calls, where we do like breakout sessions on Zoom, which is really cool. I don't know if you've ever really done that, but you can break people out into sessions into smaller groups. Like we've got a big Zoom call, like we got like 40, 50 people on the thing. And then, we break out into these smaller groups and we talk about it. And it was all about biases. And it was led by our VP of Innovation, who was on the show back on episode 324, who's somebody who actually is doing this stuff, by the way. He's not like just a figurehead. Go back and listen to that episode for sure. The point is like, I think we're battling against that all the time too, because there's things that are happening, like something that worked in 2017 doesn't work anymore. Although, like we came out with all kinds of whiz bang tactics and strategies and and names of stuff. Like we came out with the Michigan method. We came out with the ecom ad amplifier and all these things that really did work well. Now, do we use parts of those and still what we do today? Yes, we absolutely do. But is the next tactic? Nobody has the solution for iOS 14 and 15. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. Unless they're actually going back through and like hacking the system and they've got some crazy ass way of doing it, I'd like to know exactly what it is. And if you have that solution, email me directly at ralph@tier11.com and I will be sure to vet it. But the point is like, now what are you going to do about it? Unless you have,
I have that hack, by the way.
Yeah. Supposedly,
just so you know, just a soundbite for you, Ralph. I have a horrible idea, but keep going. I just want to plant the seed.
We have to make sure that is Facebook compliant. That's the killer thing. If Facebook is listening, we're not doing Qasim's hack as of right now. So anyway, so here we are talking about no hacks, and you bring up a hack. Oh my God, you're such a guru all of a sudden.
Such a guru. I know, such a hypocrite. Yeah,
total hypocrite. So we're battling against biases of things that maybe we've done in the past and didn't work, and now maybe they should be tested again or re-looked at. And everyone has biases. Everyone has like certain ways of looking at things. If you're saying, "Oh, I'm the most unbiased person in the world," well, that means that you are biased towards the fact that you're unbiased. You know what I mean? Like we all carry biases as humans. So how do you get around all these solutions, and how do you look at things a little bit differently? And I think, the gurus just have like a one size fits all, like this is what you're going to need to do in order for this to work. Well, the $1 a day Facebook strategy that Dennis Yu advocates is a good one, but it's one of many things. It's like a way to test. He builds
on it. He uses that to kind of attract your attention and then builds on it, right?
Sure. It's not the be all end all. It's not how he runs all his campaigns. I'm fairly certain that is the case. So how do you break through that, and how do you break through your own biases to be able to innovate and come up with solutions to problems to ultimately move this whole thing forward? Because this is, after all, we're talking about the future of traffic here.